shall never, ever, ever be well with everyone that supported this evil and wicked judgment coming from the wicked and demonic vampire judge.
Hello, my fellow Biafrans, I'm back again. Oh. But before I say anything concerning this particular video, my brother, support me by sharing this particular video because it is very, very important and necessary for you to share this video, because this man that people are seeing on my screen like this is a strong king in Igbo land, and he has finally come out to say something concerning the judgment that Nigeria government have passed to our leader Nnamdi Kanu. So stay tuned and hear from him and see what he said and the message he sent to the Nigeria government concerning the sentence of Nnamdi Kanu. So stay tuned and hear from him, and do not forget to share. And if you are a true Biafrans, do not forget to follow this page and subscribe to this channel. Thank you and have a nice day. One love.
Shall never, ever, ever be well with everyone that supported this evil and wicked judgment coming from the wicked and demonic vampire judge. It shall never be well with everybody that's seated in that court that see this truth, that will not say a hopeless man, this is not fair, no, this is wrong. Because the judge that give the leader, the prophet, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, you gave him life imprisonment. When you were saying that, what were you thinking about your families? What were you thinking about your generations? What were you thinking about kidney disease? What are you thinking about cancer of heart? You were not thinking about all these things. Why? You have sucked so many blood that makes you think that whatever you say, you don't care. If you have a spiritual sight, if you have a very strong spiritual eyes, or if you are a strong person that knows the truth, when that man were talking, I was listening, I was hearing him, I was seeing his video. You will see every instigator in the speech of that man. They have instigated him what to say. And he's just saying it with fear. He's just saying it with no strength of further speech. He lack what they call integrity. He lack what they call reasoning. That judge was nothing talking but just a whole of vessel that had nothing existing there. It shall never be well with everybody that gathered and call you a judge. It shall never be well with them. In this country, my name is His Royal Highness King Agobola. I'm still indigenous leaders of Igbo in United Arab Emirates. The original is Igbo, one of United Arab Emirates, Dubai to be precise, as you all popularly know. One among Enugu State. Since I was born in this my 50 years, I have never seen wicked judgment, wicked and demonic judgment, like look at the truth and you turn it upside down. I have never seen. Or what's no fuck it the Jawana? Ejimo from the Bonile. Ejimo for Watowa. That's why I am ancient deity that you can never move me. Ancient deity. You see, you the judge. If you do not revoke that evil that APC have conspired to tell you to say, and you have the bold mind to say it, the curse that will follow you from this moment will be appearing in your body, that anybody around that decide to testify will see.
Obi Kubana afụkwara m efe ide maka Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, mana enwe ajụ nsị ka njụọ kemgbe eji Maazị Nnamdi Kanu kịta ka ịnụ na eji ya atụghị ya nga bịa bịa dee ife ide kala idegide juwe ebe niile wee na-ekwu na ọ bụ na alapụrụ maazị Nnamdi Kanu na enwere onye Igbo ga-anwụ mmiri tọgbu iko ma nwoke ma nwaanyị. Ife a bụ mkpu anyị na-eti oge niile. Ọ bụrụ na ndị dị ka gị tiri mkpu mgbe ị kwesịrị iti mkpu, ife aka dị ka o si wee mee, mana kịta ife emego ịbịa na-eti mkpu, mana ọ bụrụ gwa ịbịa na Facebook bịa na-ekwu ya bụ ife ị na-eje mba ofesi ịmagasị ndị bụ ndị oge erugo ka ị ga-akpọwa n'igwe ka etinyebe okwu ọnụ, maka na ya bụ ife abụrụ obere ife ka ọ bụ onye ejibụ oke mmụọ maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Ọ bụrụ na ndị dị ka gị mere ife mgbe ị kwesịrị ime ife ọkara ịdị otu ịpụtazi kịta bịa dee ife ide bụ nnọọ eye service ka ọ bụ, maka na mgbe a na-eche ka ikwuo okwu ikwuro, mgbe a na-echekwana ka ime ife ịmarọ enwekwa ndị ọzọ dị ka gị unu gbara nkịtị, ọ gbara nkịtị kwere ekwe emegide nnọọ bụrụzie na nke ịtụ nga ịbịazi abịa debe ife ipe usoro n'iru akwụkwọ. Obi Kubana na okenye si na amara egwu a na bụ aghụghọ ka ọ na-awọ. Ịmụ ebe ị ga-eje kwuo okwu, ịmụ ebe ị ga-ezije ozi ya bụ ozi ya daa ụda, ịmagasị ndị ọkaikpe dị iche iche. Obodo be Erize maazị Nnamdi Kanu ji akwụkwọ ikefa ihe rasị na ịmagasịrọ ndị ọkaikpe n'ebe a ga-emegbu ife. Obi Kubana abịasị na Facebook abịa ekpecha ọnụ, biko abịasị na Facebook abịa ekpecha ọnụ. Ịmanụ ndị otu bụ na agbakọ ka ama ife ga-eme dịka ka isi kwuo gị ji ọnụ gị wee gwa na ọ bụ na maazị Nnamdi Kanu edigie nụrụ freedom ya na enwere onye ebe anyị ma nwoke ma nwaanyị ga-anwụ mmiri tọgbu iko. Obi tọrọ m ụtọ na ọ gị dere ife dị otu a maka na ịma ka o si wee dị. Mana Obi Kubana ife abụrụkwa nke ịbịazi na Facebook bịa dejuo akwụkwọ niile ide onye nwere taịm ịgụ ife niile ide. Ọ bụrụ ụdị ife a ka ihe mee karịgo ụdị ife a normal people na-ede. Ọ bụrụ ndị dị ka gị Obi Kubana a na-ebido n'otu wee chọba ewu ojii, mana ebe ọ bụ na chi ejigo ịchọwazi ya kịta ihe eji tọọchị na-enwusi ike, maka na ọ bụ na ịpụtara na ụtụ ka a chọba ya mgbe afọ n'idoro tọọchị, mana kịta enizi tọọchị na-enwusi ike. So Obi Kubana ma eso ntị n'iyiri ife abịa na Facebook ka ị bịa kpecha ọrụ ka ọ wee bụrụ, maka na ndị dị ka unu sokwa na ife a na-aya ị na-ewe. So Obi Kubana ma efe ihe eme ọ bụrụkwa onye ọkaikpe ka izite n'ụlọ ikpe sinsi niile ọ na-eji ikpe ya na-asị na ị nwere ego ime ya imekwu ya dọkịta ịbara nsị ụvọ ebe de kọmentị tii na Facebook na akpụ na ọ na-abụ nne ekiri unu otu a na-ajụ amakwa nke unu si afọ ife fi ya jụ onwe ebe mere onye dị ka maazị Nnamdi Kanu ife a nwekwa ife unu nwepụ ebe e nechara anya ka ụda aka bụ isi maazị nwekwa ndị dị ka unu nwepụ, mana nke bụkwa eziokwu bụ na anyị ama agbakwa nkịtị. Mba odogwu ka eji eji.
All Igbo people, please, wherever you are, don't relent. Stop asking questions to God. Why this? God knows the best. That is why he allowed Maazị Nnamdi Kanu to experience and pass through these processes. It is normal. Stop asking God why questions or whatever you think. God knows the best. Nnamdi Kanu is passing this road that other freedom fighters has passed in the past, and he knew that it's going to be like this one day. He was saying it. So today I celebrate Maazị Nnamdi Kanu as a champion and as a winner, because his profile is building. His profile is getting big and popular. History will carry whatever that is happening in Nigeria, in Africa, in the world one day. The next generation, the next 10th, 5th generations that are still coming will talk about this history of Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. I know it's difficult. It's not easy for somebody to sacrifice his life and whatever he has for the freedom of his people.
I know say I no go school. I know say I be illiterate. But I want to compare my reading capacity to that of a graduate, to that of a son, to that of a lawyer, to that of a professor, to that of those who claim that they are graduates. I want to read out from internet. This is Chinua Achebe book, titled There Was a Country. Remember, now secondary school now I stop. I not go university. But let us read out what is written. Now, somebody write them. So I want to read them. They could compare my reading ability, capacity to that of a graduate. Thank you. Let us start from the overview. The book There Was a Country, A Personal History of Biafra by Chinua Achebe is a memoir and a historical account of the Nigeria Civil War, 1967 to 1970. The preface is the introductory section where Achebe explained the book's purpose and the event that led him to write this. The key frame and the content of the preface. In the preface, Achebe set the stage for the personal and the national tragedy he is about to describe. Number 1, the Igbo proverb. The preface begins with an Igbo proverb: a man who does not know where the rain begins to beat him cannot say where he dry his body. This sets of a tone for the book's purpose, stressing on the historical roots of the conflict and its enduring impact on Nigeria. The colonial roots. Achebe argues that the rain that beat African began 400 to 500 years ago with the transatlantic slave trade and the 1885 Berlin Conference, which arbitrarily created Nigeria border without African input. He highlighted how British indirect rule worked in some regions but proved far more challenging in Igbo land, creating flawed administrative structures that corrupted the local and the democratic spirit. Nigeria's promise and the disintegration. He described the initial promise of an independent, multi-ethnic Nigeria that eventually succumbed to the hot wind of hatred. The book details the political instability, corruption, and ethnic tension that preceded the war. Breaking a 40-year silence. For more than 40 years, Achebe maintained a considered silence on the war, addressing it only obliquely through poetry. The preface explained his decision to finally provide a direct, full account, marine history, memoir, poetry, and prose to ensure the story of Biafra is told from an African perspective. The ethics obligation. Achebe emphasized the writers, particularly the obligation, especially during a time of war, to be committed to speaking for their history, belief, and people. A personal history, as indicated by the subtitle, A Personal History of a Biafra. The preface framed the book not just as historical record, but as Achebe's deeply personal experience as a leading intellectual and international envoy for the secessionist states. In essence, the preface serves as a powerful justification for the book, positioning it as an essential act of remembrance and the urgent call to understand the history of a country that once was. And this is the preface. I still remain an illiterate. Remember, I'm not a graduate, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a learned, as you may think. I'm not a professor. I just dropped out in the secondary school. And this is my reading capacity. Use it to compare that of a graduate. Not just a graduate, a lawyer. Not just a lawyer, but a son. So that when I go know say, in this country, person fit read law, they go give a mechanic engineering. Yeah, you could work for mechanic engineering. Somebody fit be doctor, medical doctor, then they go give them work according to your profession. They fit give them driver, make it the drive oga. Person fit read zoology, they go give them head of department or a law firm. Not be what you read matters in this country. So let nobody blame anybody when they read like primary school or to read like a nursery person. The person might not really be a lawyer. The person might read zoology, or the person might read another course, but due to connection, he found himself as a head of department in a law firm. Kanka, remember, JPAC still be illiterate, I don't go to school, so don't take my grammar. If I make mistake, no say, I no follow you be graduate.